From Shark Tank to grifting noobs in crypto by getting a bunch of people wrecked in FTX back in 2022. That's right. For some reason, Kevin O'Leary is back. He was at Pubkey. There was an interview with him on Fox News, and I figured, you know what? Let's do a reaction video to this because I just don't understand why. I don't know why they keep. I don't know why he keeps getting platformed. I mean, I guess I can just assume it has to do with his popularity, but it's just like it should really make us wonder that these disingenuous salesmen over and over again who have no idea what they're talking about, none whatsoever, but really just get put in front of our faces because they're popular, and for some reason we don't call this shit out. Well, that's why we're doing the reaction video. We're calling this shit out. Here we go. Pleb Underground is brought to you by KnowHue. Go check them out at knowhue.com. They are building the Amazon for Bitcoiners, a one-stop shop for Bitcoin-only brands. New brands are going to be added every month, so go check them out. Don't miss what's happening at knowhue.com. Pleb Underground is brought to you by CipherSafe. You guys all know I am a pet rock enjoyer. Love the swag, love the collectibles. This is the ultimate Bitcoin collectible. That's right, guys. We're talking 16 ounces of solid titanium, the Bitcoin Rolo Triangle. Go check it out at ciphersafe.io.
But is it safe? A lot of people aren't sure. When I send my money, if I use my money and I put it in crypto, where does it go and is it safe?
That's a great question. And if you try and do this on your own in a decentralized wallet, as they're called.
What? You try to do this on your own is a decentralized wallet. That's not what that's fucking called at all. Okay? It's called self-custody. That's all it is. Like the wallet is not decentralized. It's the network that can be decentralized. So right there, within the first 10 seconds, he's already freaking me out because he's giving the worst advice possible. And immediately, he's standing up for the exchanges, which I think is absolutely, I don't know if it's ironic or just disingenuous. I'm not even sure what word to put in there. And the reason is because people may remember he shilled FTX, right? And he was paid to shill FTX. Now, although he likes to claim that he didn't make any money from it, right, because it went bankrupt, there's a $6 million discrepancy in his payments because guess what? He was paid $10 million in FTX tokens. He was given $2 million of equity in FTX, the company. Okay. And then $6 million is just unaccounted for because he was paid a total of 18 million. Where'd that 6 million go, bro? Pretty sure it was cash. Pretty sure he made that. Now, I understand to a billionaire, $6 million it's just pennies, right? It just drops in the bucket. It's still $6 million, and he still wrecked a whole bunch of noobs with absolutely awful advice. Anyways, I'm sorry. I know we're trying to watch this video and I'm doing a reaction to it.
Someone will hack you most likely because you don't know what you're doing. To make it safe, go to an accredited exchange like Coinbase, something that is regulated.
I just want to point out there's actually account after account that posts when they can't seem to withdraw their funds off of Coinbase because Coinbase has decided for whatever reason to freeze your funds for your safety. So that's interesting that he's now shilling Coinbase. And I love that he's spreading the fear that you will be hacked. That's, you know what, there is so much educational material around this. And actually, if we really take a look, the majority of the hacks that are happening don't happen to people using self-custody. They happen to people using exchanges. Why? Because people are getting their accounts hacked through Google and Google Cloud backups, which gives hackers access to information, specifically login information. So again, terrible advice. Let's continue.
But also that you can see every day on your phone that has millions of accounts, so it's got real structure.
What? What?
Kevin, let me ask you this. You say start small, but is it safe? A lot of people aren't sure. When I send my money, if I use my money and I put it in crypto, where does it go and is it safe?
That's a great question. And if you try and do this on your own in a decentralized wallet, as they're called, someone will hack you most likely because you don't know what you're doing. To make it safe, go to an accredited exchange like Coinbase, something that is regulated, but also that you can see every day on your phone, that has millions of accounts, so it's got real structure.
I had to listen to that again because I'm not sure what just happened. So is that our baseline for validity? We could see it on our phone, and there's quote unquote millions of accounts, so it's all good. Yeah, once upon a time there was a Ponzi scheme called BitConnect. You were able to see the account on your phone, and there were indeed thousands of accounts on their platform, and they had a website. I genuinely feel bad for people that pay attention to mainstream media and look at someone like this and think just because, right? Like, because essentially they're putting someone, the mainstream media puts people like this in front of your face because they're popular and because to a certain extent, there is this borrowed validity, this borrowed credibility, right? From, hey, look, he's successful, right? I should be listening to him because he's made so much money, right? Like that's what it is. But at the end of the day, right? Like, we need to remember it's individuals and our incentives, right? So essentially, he's just doing that in that conversation. He's obviously attempting to seem like he knows what he's talking about, number one, but number two, he's also making sure to do something which you learn in the corporate world called CYA, which is cover your ass, right? So, hey, Coinbase is a publicly traded company, right? He can't go wrong telling people to use Coinbase, but that's actually incorrect, because the reality is what I explained before, is that the majority of people who are getting their funds hacked, it's not in self-custody, okay? Self-custody is not the failure point. The failure point is keeping your money on exchanges, and the problem is that you are only going to find out in the worst case scenario, okay, that this was a mistake. You're not going to find out in this kind of light situation where, oh, no harm, no foul, lessons learned, yay, I get to walk away. No, it's going to be brutal, okay? It's going to be like an emptying of your funds, or even worse, it's going to be Coinbase, for whatever reason, deciding that your funds are tainted because of some other transaction that most likely had nothing to do with you. Because as we've seen, and as Lola Leeds has pointed out, chainalysis often is incorrect. So anyways, yeah, guys, I had to do the reaction video to this because, again, it's a bull run, and they just, mainstream media just has such a fucking terrible record, right? Such a terrible track record of putting these absolute charlatans in front of everyone's face, and just giving you terrible advice, terrible, wrong advice. And the last piece I want to say is this: look, we're all happy to see Bitcoin grow, but when I see influencers, right, bigger accounts that are retweeting this shit just because Kevin O'Leary was at Pubkey, right? It's like, woohoo, Bitcoin. This guy's giving shitty advice, okay? We don't need every single cheerleader, okay? We don't need them all. What cheerleaders? What we need are the people who are going to actually inform the public and make it so that the average person doesn't get wrecked. Kevin O'Leary has a terrible track record of getting noobs wrecked. Anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.